everyone. Welcome back. Please comment, subscribe, folks. Comment, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watching, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link to you down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I'll talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Now, with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about Aaron Rodgers. Oh yes, we're going to be talking a little bit about his possible future with the New York Jets, okay? We got to figure out what's going on. There's a lot of things up in the air. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the Jets hiring Rick Spielman, okay? We're going to be discussing that. Senior football advisor, that's his position. All right, and we're going to be discussing that as well. Please comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that thumbs up button. All right, and when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you will get my content going forward. We're also going to be having a show Saturday, so be on the lookout for that one and be aware. All right, so let's get into it first. I want to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Okay, we're going to start there. Listen, Aaron Rodgers' future, right, to this point is pretty up in the air. All right, we all know. We're excited. Some Jets fans want him back, some don't, okay? One of the first questions that Aaron Glenn was asked when he was hired as the New York Jets, head coach by the media was, hey, what's going on with Aaron Rodgers? And he made it very clear, listen, we've been in communication with Rodgers, but, me and the new general manager, Moogie, we're going to figure things out. We're going to sit down. We're going to have discussions. He will be talked about, and it's going to take time, but when we make our decision, we want to make the right one, and that's that. And even after he was badgered by the media, he said the same exact thing. Listen, okay, we're going to make the decision when we make the decision. It's going to take time. We're not going to make a snap decision. We're going to do what we got to do, okay? And we're going to make sure we, cross those T's and dot those I's, all right? So here we are. We're all waiting and seeing what's going on. And there's a lot of speculation surrounding Aaron Rodgers and what's going on with him, right? Now, Aaron Rodgers recently at a golf tournament was asked as well by a reporter, hey, what's going on with you and the Jets? And I want you folks to hear this audio and what he had to say. Here it is.
Yeah, and then for you, I know you have a lot of opportunity to think through in this offseason. To give us a little bit of insight into your thought process.
I'm just enjoying my time right now. I've talked with the Jets. We figure things out. We figure them out.
We appreciate the time.
You bet.
Boom. Okay? There goes right there. There goes right there. You let it be known, hey, we're in communications. I've had those talks. It'll get done when it gets done. All right? Now, you look at the situation, man. I think it would behoove the New York Jets to keep Aaron Rodgers for at least another year. At least another year, okay? And here's why. The New York Jets do not have a young QB to take over after Aaron Rodgers decides to walk away. There's nothing, okay? There's nothing. He is their best option, point blank period, all right? You look at this situation and you go, okay, why wouldn't you keep Aaron Rodgers for at least one more year, just one more year, and prepare a young QB, behind him so that when the time comes and Aaron Rodgers is time for him to move on, whether it be retire or whatever else he wants to do, you can pull that young QB up and say, hey, kid, it's your time. Go ahead and go in there and just go ahead and take over. That would be great for the New York Jets because, again, we've seen in the past where we don't give young QBs that type of time to grow and learn. We often throw them straight into the fire, and then when they flame out, we just shrug our shoulders and throw the next body in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've seen that so many times. Let's take a different approach because we've seen that different approach work for other teams. Aaron Rodgers will tell you. He sat behind Brett Favre for a minute. You don't think that helped Aaron Rodgers? It absolutely did, okay? And there's been other QBs around this league where that has helped as well, all right? And also, listen here. This draft, not the greatest when it comes to QBs, okay? We all know Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, regarded as 1 and 2, okay? However it is. I love Shedeur. I think he's amazing, okay? Cam is great too. A lot of the other guys, though, they're not guys that you can grab and just throw in there day one and expect real success from them immediately. I know that there's been a lot of talk about Jackson Dart, especially since the Senior Bowl. His stock has definitely risen, right? Because I remember before that, there's a lot of people saying that he would go somewhere near the middle of the second, maybe late second, maybe early second, maybe. There's a lot of talk about him going now at the bottom of the first, okay? So, but there's a lot of things that people, those quarterbacks need to work out. Okay, a lot of kinks in their game, and of course, the Jets are sitting at 7 right now. I don't believe that they're going to be, in a space to grab either one of the 2 top guys at all. Okay, and the capital it's going to take to go up there and get those guys, not interested in that whatsoever. Especially again with there being questions. Okay, so I think what the Jets will do and should do is take a guy maybe in the second or later 3rd round, 4th round, something like that, and allow him time behind Aaron Rodgers to really get a hold of the game, get a grasp of everything, learn the offense, be able to pick Aaron Rodgers' brain, learn from one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game, okay? That will do him a world of good, an absolute world of good. And then when the time is right, put him out there. That's how you help your young QB. That's how you set him up for success, and that involves continuing forward with Aaron Rodgers for at least another year. And another reason why I think you should keep Aaron Rodgers, you got to start to think about the players that are currently here. And there's a lot of players that have question marks surrounding them as well, and if they're going to be here, this upcoming season in the future. And a lot of that will come down to whether Aaron Rodgers is here or not. A lot of these players are going to make decisions on whether they stay here, and there's even some players that are not here yet that are going to make a decision on whether they want to come here if Aaron Rodgers is here or not. That's going to be a big staking point for them, okay? Now, when you hear about, other players really showing, confidence, a vote of confidence for Aaron Rodgers staying, I want you folks to hear what Quincy Williams had to say about having Aaron Rodgers as a teammate and how much good it did for him. I want you folks to listen to this. Here's the audio.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers has been the quarterback there for the past couple of years. What's it like to have an all-time great quarterback as your teammate?
Oh, it's amazing. From the first day he came in, I'm going to be honest with you, I can tell one story that wraps up my whole career, not whole career, but the start of my career with him. You feel me, on the same team. First thing he did after the practice was like, hey, Q, let me talk to you. This is a Hall of Fame quarterback talking to me. So I'm like, all right, I'm listening. What you got to tell me? He was like, the reason why I threw that ball is because when we played against you, and also today you did this right here. So now I'm learning from him. Like, all right, if Aaron see that and I can trick Aaron, I can trick any other quarterback, you feel me? So it's like one of those things where it's an open-ended thing. Anybody, I'm talking about special teams, offense, defense, they got questions about him because he's seen a lot of ball, bro. So it's one of those things, he's open-minded, talking, conversation, all that. He's a nice guy.
100%. Yeah, raised your game. Your game
for real.
across the whole. I can see that for sure. I mean, he's the man, no doubt about that.
You see, look at what Quincy said. Listen, this is a Hall of Fame guy. I'm here listening to him. And he talked about how he made his game better because he stopped and listened. And there's other guys as well, on the team that have come out and talked about, Aaron Rodgers and, given that vote of confidence and push to kind of want to see him come back next season. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we should keep Aaron Rodgers, all right? Because let me tell you something. If Aaron Rodgers is gone, Devontae Adams more than likely is going to be gone. You're going to probably start to hear the echoes around Garrett Wilson wanting to be up out of here. He might demand a trade and be gone. There's other guys as well coming up to re-sign that probably won't because, again, you'll be going into the mist with no answer at quarterback. And a lot of these guys have been here in that situation. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and Sauce Gardner were the guys that were on tape, on film, putting videos out on social media about wanting Aaron Rodgers to join the Jets. Anybody remember the cheese head and all that stuff that was going on? Them sitting by the fire. Garrett Wilson talking about, man, I would love to have him here. I know the balls are going to, the footballs are going to come to me accurately and all these things. Well, if you get rid of him and you go into the mist, a lot of those guys aren't going to want to, be here trying to figure things out again because they've been through that. They've been through the situation where the Jets had so many question marks at quarterback. I don't think they'll want to go through that again. So comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about that. All right. Now we're going to talk about Rick Spielman, okay, and the New York Jets. Listen, Rick Spielman, right, former Vikings general manager, has been hired by the New York Jets, okay, to be the senior football advisor, okay. Off the bat, he made it very clear, okay. Aaron Glenn and Darren Moogly are the guys making the final decisions. Okay, they're the final decision makers. That's what he said off the bat. Listen, don't try to say I'm coming here to grab that general manager job. No. They're the final decision makers. I'm just the guy that's here to be a sounding board. Okay, he made it very clear. He said, "Listen, I'm here to be a sounding board. They make the final decisions." All right. Now, He also went on to say, again, he'll be involved in free agency and the draft, helping the Jets out and helping evaluate players. And again, being a guy that, kind of gets ideas thrown at him. He throws ideas back. He gives everybody his feedback. And I think that this is a wonderful move by the New York Jets, okay? Because, again, Darren Mooley, this is his first time being a general manager in the NFL. And Aaron Glenn, this is his first time being a head coach in the NFL. And we love, as Jets fans, the fact that these guys are in the building. But having that, veteran presence there, Rick Spielman, having that veteran presence there who's been a general manager before, it's going to bode well for them. Because here's a guy that'll help them evaluate players. Here's a guy that's going to be able to come in and kind of give them, the lefts and rights of things. Again, he's been a general manager in this league, how to deal with players, how to get the best contracts, who to target in free agency, how to target them, how to not overspend, just little stuff like that, right? The nuances of being a general manager, kind of being able to move and shake out a situation. Also helping evaluate talent here on this roster as well with the New York Jets. Who we should let go, who we should keep. A lot of that is going to be worked with, by Rick. A lot of that is going to be, looked at by Rick Spielman as well and talked about amongst them. So I like this, man. I like the fact that they've brought in a guy that's been a general manager in this league, that's seen what's going on, that's been through a lot, and they're going to be able to throw and bounce ideas off him. And I think that this also lends to helping, Woody Johnson kind of ease his anxiety too and take some steps back when it comes to football decisions, okay? Keep in mind, this guy was part of the 33rd team with Mike Tannenbaum. Those are the guys that did all the interviews to get, end up with Aaron Glenn and Mooley as well, okay, as our head coach and general manager. So Woody trusted them to go out and search for these guys, and they got the guys that we wanted, right? And then this guy gets to kind of stay around and also, continue to help, as a senior football advisor. So I like this move. And again, if this goes to easing Woody's anxiety and having him take some steps back and not putting his hands too far into the pot when it comes to football decisions and football operations, I am all for it. Okay, all for it. That needs to happen at the highest order. Okay, we all know that Woody's never going to stop because that man is crazy. But this will go a step to having him kind of, take some steps back and go, okay, I'm going to put my hands up and sit back and watch. And he's even said himself that he needs to be a better owner. All right. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. What are your thoughts about, Aaron Rodgers and what he said at the golf tournament? What are your thoughts about the future, the Jets' future with Aaron Rodgers? What are your thoughts about that? What are your thoughts about Rick Spielman being hired as the Jets' senior football advisor? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.